I just finished 10 months of articling and I'm one step closer to becoming a licensed lawyer here in Ontario. Here's what I learned over the last 10 months. You are entering a profession that requires lifelong learning. The student life doesn't really end after law school, and you've probably heard this before, but it's called the practice of law for good reason. You can be a lawyer 20 years in and still be learning something new every day. This is because the law is not stagnant. It can change rapidly and constantly, so learn to be comfortable with a commitment to lifelong learning. This may be frustrating, especially after all the years you've put in as a student to get to this point, but it's also reassuring to realize the lawyers that you work with during and after articling are also learning. Even the more senior lawyers who appear more confident and competent than you are also learning. The law is complex, it's broad, and it's subject to new interpretation. Being aware of this can give you the confidence to offer your perspectives and to ask questions while articling. Speaking of questions, don't be afraid to ask them. When you're given a new research question, for example, ask further clarification questions to better understand the assignment. Why does the lawyer need this research question answered? By asking further questions, you can help narrow down your search and also save time. Asking questions also demonstrates critical thinking and an interest in the work that you're assigned. Lawyers like to see that you're engaged in the learning, and this may also result in more learning opportunities and new assignments in the future. My next tip is to use your resources. Let's be real, there's so much information out there, it can feel overwhelming. Where do you even start when you're given a new research assignment? Knowing where to look can save you time, and it's also reassuring to know that you're getting your information from trusted and reputable resources. My articling experience was largely completed remotely from home, so I relied on the internet for my research. I learned that the legal research databases such as Westlaw and QuickLaw are subscription-based. They were free for me to use as a law student in school, but during articling, I only had access to the databases that the organization had subscriptions for. This encouraged me to explore more accessible and free legal research sites such as Canly. I talk more about these sites in an article that I wrote, which I'll link in the description below. Be open-minded about what interests you. Unless you went to law school knowing you wanted to be a criminal lawyer, keep your options open while articling. Depending on your work environment, you may gain exposure to different areas of law. Law school tends to teach the more broader and well-known legal areas such as criminal law or immigration law, and it's only in articling that you may gain exposure to more niche areas like privacy law or energy law. I myself didn't know much about in-house roles and responsibilities, and it was only during articling that I had the opportunity to learn more about areas like privacy, compliance, and governance. And as a result of that experience, I gained the confidence to expand my search in in-house counsel positions. Keep an open mind because you never know where you'll land in terms of area of practice, and it can be something that you never even knew about while you were in law school. Build and maintain healthy habits. While articling, I learned what it means to docket your time. This is crucial as a lawyer, especially when you're billing your client for the hours you worked on their file. A good practice is to note down the amount of time you spend doing an activity. Note the time you started and the time you finished a task. Leaving it for the end of the day, or worse, the end of the week, can make it difficult for you to accurately account for your time. The practice of law can get very busy, and there are days where I do not remember what I worked on. Docketing my time keeps me accountable and helps me stay on track. Stick to routines that helped you with stress. It's important to maintain whatever that practice looks like for you. Whether it's going for a walk, meditating, or spending time with family, try to keep these practices going while articling, especially during the stressful moments. Taking time for yourself will allow you to come back recharged and can help prevent burnout. For me, articling from home caused some boundaries to be blurred. I had to consider what work-life balance means for me in this new environment where my office is literally right next to my bed. Having my routines and daily practices helped me feel less guilty about setting boundaries around work. I felt more invested and fulfilled in my articling experience as a result. So there you have it. Those were the main takeaways from my 10 months of articling. It feels strange to have the time to be sitting here and reflecting on my experience, especially after what's felt like a long journey since I decided to pursue law school of, constantly meeting deadlines and constantly going. But I hope this video offers you some guidance if you're starting your articling soon, and thank you for watching. All the best with your endeavors, and until next time.